Welcome to Divine Hand for another soulful, insightful, spiritual message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Collective. I pre-pulled some cards for our convenience. With that being said, let's get started. So the message I'm getting for this read is something to do with generational patterns, generational curses or family curses is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing toxic roots, right? Toxic roots that run deep. Okay, so this can have something to do with your ancestors or ancestral is what I heard. Okay, dysfunction is the word I'm hearing. Envy. Okay, so some generational patterns that have been passed down through your like your bloodline. Okay, take what resonates. This can be like patterns of emotional wounds, unhealthy behaviors, jealousy, scarcity, or lack mindsets. I'm hearing unresolved trauma that still influences the present situation. I'm also hearing financial literacy as well. Okay. So the toxic roots, they run deep, right? This means that issues, didn't just start with you or whoever this is resonating with. It may stem from like family jealousy, competition, right? Emotional neglect or abandonment cycles. Okay, financial struggles. That's why I heard like financial literacy. Okay, not knowing how to manage finances or build wealth. Okay, control, manipulation, power struggles, right? Repeating relationship dysfunctions, right? So like going from one dysfunctional relationship to the next, right? This you are like being shown like the root cause, not just the surface problem, right? Ancestral dysfunction, right? So your spirit team is just highlighting what you inherited. Okay, and just because you inherited it doesn't mean you should keep it up, right? If it's toxic or it's dysfunctional, you have the responsibility for yourself to change, and when you do that, you change or heal your generational bloodline, right? You break family or generational curses is what I heard. Okay, so this is like normalizing chaos, right? Unhealthy attachment styles, right? Silence around pain, generational fear or bitterness is what I heard. And I know I got a lot of that in my family. I don't know about you guys, but I know I do. And I'm breaking them, right? I'm a cycle breaker, okay? This is why I do what I do, okay? Pertaining to these cards and just helping people identify certain things, because these are the things I've experienced in my past lifetime and in this lifetime, in my generation, okay? The one, it's like some people, some of the wounds or curses is that like you're not healing, you're avoiding the healing. Okay, envy energy. Okay, like family members secretly jealous of your growth or competition within relatives. Okay, someone uncomfortable with your healing, your independence, or your success. Okay, someone in your family, right? And so the spiritual message that I'm getting, right, is release these inherited burdens. Okay, set energetic and emotional boundaries. Forgive without tolerating toxicity. Choose your own path instead of repeating the patterns is what I had heard. So I release what no longer serves me, and I am the healer of my lineage. Okay, let's go into the tarot and see what's coming out. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. We could be talking about a Virgo here, okay? Breaking old patterns slowly, right? This represents steady, disciplined healing. undoing deep-rooted family programming step by step, right? Unlike past generations who avoid change, right? You are choosing consistency and responsibility. So the message here is what I'm getting is you are committed to doing the hard inner work others avoid. Then we have the magician. Okay, and this is you are the cycle breaker, right? This is also representing the manipulation, right? The toxic behaviors, utilizing all that you have available to um win at all costs, right? This is powerful here, right? The magician is showing conscious creation and ancestral alchemy. Okay, you have the tools to rewrite your family narrative, right? um you are not cursed. You are the one meant to end the curse. Okay, is what I heard. Okay, so we got some magicians in my collective along with myself. Then we have the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is that generational heart wound, right? And this is revealing that emotional trauma passed down, betrayals, abandonment, rejection, family conflict, uh toxic, this reflects like toxic roots just running deep. This is what I heard. Okay, this pain doesn't start with you, but it ends with you, is what I heard. Okay, we could be talking about a Libra. Then we got the King of Pentacles, right? And so the King of Pentacles is like you building solid foundations, right? Building a new legacy, right? This shows stability, security, healthy structures where chaos once existed. You are like shifting from survival mode to legacy energy. Okay, you're replacing dysfunctional roots with strong foundations, is what I heard, collective. All right, then we have the Temperance card, and these are your ancestors. This is that ancestral healing of your bloodline, bringing balance to it, right? Temperance is spiritual alchemy, is what I heard. Okay, you are just blending past pains with wisdom to create emotional balance, right? This is literally ancestral healing energy. You are transmuting inherited trauma, is what I heard. Okay, collective. Then we have the Two of Wands, and this is choosing a new path. Okay, this is representing you stepping away from family limitations and choosing your own destiny. You are no longer following the old blueprint. You're rewriting. We got trendsetters. You're a trendsetter. You're starting something new that brings balance to not only you but your generations. Okay, and your future generations, your past generations, just all the above, is what I heard. Then we got the Four of Swords. You're resting and you're integrating everything. Okay, everything that you learn, all the wisdom, all the experiences that you learn, you're integrating it into wisdom, right? After deep emotional work, this shows you need to just rest, the nervous system, right? Things that make you nervous. Okay, you are releasing stored ancestral stress from your body and your mind, is what I heard. Okay, we could be talking about heavy Libra here. Okay, then we got Scorpio here with the Death card. All right, so ending those family curses, right? This is a strong confirmation here for you, collective. Okay, death is permanent transformation. Okay, old cycles, toxic patterns, inherited dysfunction are being cut off. Okay, this is a generational closure, is what I heard. Okay, so the overall message that I'm hearing, that you are a healer to your lineage. Okay, you're breaking emotional and financial generational cycles, right? Ending envy-based family dynamics, creating new stability or stable legacies. Okay, transforming trauma into power. Okay, and this confirms, right, that this is not punishment. Okay, it's about awakening, transformation, and spiritual leadership. Okay, so with that being said, you're jumping in that chariot and you're moving forward. You're gaining control. You're balancing out. It's just everything, right? This is Cancer energy, and you're taking control of your own life. And with that being said, thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one.